There we go. And I'm very excited to play yet another round of this fantastic card game that came out yesterday on Steam. If you guys missed yesterday's episode, it was fantastic. And we did a lot of cool stuff. We started with this new monster train, and it was really cool. And then we, later in the day, we're streaming some Sekiro, some Bloodborne. Got very frustrated at the Sekiro portion. You know how it goes. Anyway, we're going to start a new run in this monster train game. And we're going to see if we can get, you know, something cooking. Last time we played this game, you know, don't want to brag, but we absolutely destroyed the game. We crushed it with our bare freaking hands. So definitely. So I'm ready to play this again and have an even better time playing the game. So I haven't touched the game since we left off. I don't understand why our win streak is at 0 because we definitely won last time. But you know what? I'm not gonna let it bother me. Probably because it was the tutorial. You know, they don't like giving you that little extra piece. So now they want us to kind of choose our clan. So far, we've only unlocked 2 clans, the Woke and the Hellhorn. That's fine with me. I mean, these guys did us a great service last time. However, this time we might as well do the Awoken because we haven't played them yet. So, you know, episode 2 seems great. Let's do some Awoken. And then the coolest feature, I think, so far of this game is the fact that, like, you know, with all these different clans, you can sort of mix and match, you know, the ways that you want to do it. So we kind of have to do primary Awoken, you know, mixed to Hellhorn until we get some more clans worked on right now. This also lets us know that we have this Covenant option. This is sort of like the Ascension mode in Slay the Spire. So we are going to keep that on and depart out. Just in case, you know, you never know if you're going to get like a wild run, and then you might as well have had the Ascension on, you know? And if we're going to die, then it was just meant to be. That's what they say, yeah? So the final boss is Seraph the Diligent. This is also a nice feature. Letting us know this helps us build our deck, you know, towards the final boss here. The end is near. The Great Trader will devour your spells. You better bring more of them if you hope to succeed. Okay, so we need like a unit heavy, damage heavy build because spells are going to be a little weaker, I think. At the same time, we start off with some restoration, a little bit of horn break, and then some spikes. So I can see a really big like kind of health spike build that we can try out. So let's see if we can get that cooking. Hello. What can you do for me? That's a great question. Let's figure out what we want for our main dude here. So we have the Sentient and Cultivating. Triggers when damaged. When it gets damaged, we get to draw. I think we definitely want to go for this spike build that we were just talking about. So if they get attacked, they take damage due to the number of spikes. In fact, I think the game is kind of pressing us into a spike build. I'm just saying, you know, it's a lot of peer pressure going around, but we got to be able to take care of it. So, here. Oh, making sure we're set up on all the audio as well here. Recording is happening. Great. So this will be on YouTube. Hope you guys are enjoying it in both planes of life. The window of Twitch or the window of YouTube. Videos on demand. We have 2 different things we can pick from. We had this last time, which is how we got so crazy. We had this sort of randomized run, which is nuts. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take this Dazed. So they sort of skip their attack when they enter the room, the floor below the pyro room. Okay. So we're going to take that. We're just going to see what's going on. Since we took the crazy one last time. That run is literally insane. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out on YouTube because I uploaded the whole thing there. It was a crazy first run. At the same time, you know, they've got these Spikes v Spikes trial that they're asking us to do. So what do we have here? We got the Clergyman. These guys kind of suck, it looks like. And then this guy, who has some weight of contrition. Blah, 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 blah. Adds a little bit of junk into our hand. I will take this extra reward because I want it. I want it and I'm going to have it. It's that simple, okay? Hello, Retribution. Understood. I knew what I signed up for when I clicked the button, okay? You don't have to tell me twice, you know? Awesome. So let's keep this very simple. Since we're not attacking, honestly, this is great because the spikes aren't going to affect us at all. Unfortunately, though, the 5 damage from each of these guys is going to be a bit of a bummer. But we can handle it. And later on, we'll be able to sort of restore as well and do some extra damage on that. So what I'm actually going to do is just kind of buff up my my unit there, and then we'll set up a train store up here. This guy would die if we put him down here. So we're just going to stay strategic, use our massive brains to work this out. It's that simple. Okay, so now we got a little extra gold from the little gold goblin. These guys never stood a chance, although we are dying. Wait a second. This is like a new. These are like new guys. Decreases and then spikes for attacking. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 spells. I really thought we'd get something that would, you know, help us out. But apparently, that is not the case. We'll just try and, you know, reduce the damage as much as possible. And then we'll heal later on. You know how it is, okay? All right, restoration detonation. This is what we were waiting for. Of course, nobody is here to see. But we'll keep setting up train stewards, and I think we got a good run here. Actually, we probably should have put some train stewards down here on the bottom. Now that I'm understanding that, kind of regret. All right, we got 40 damage coming out. Sounds good to me. 60 damage. I'm sorry. Let's put some extra spikes on it, and I think that's the best we can do. Right now, we do have it on ultra speed. I kind of like it that way. It's going to help us out. It's also going to try to keep us in the time bracket today, hopefully. Because the way we're going to do this show today, I think is going to be like a triple era show. None of those words made sense together. Let's try that again. It's going to be like a triple-decker show. We're going to have an hour each of each game. That way we can kind of keep it fresh. And I kind of like that a lot. So this guy is going to die, but at least we'll get some damage out there. And because of that extra spike damage we took, we did take a little higher damage. But I think it was worth it to get the extra goodies. You know what I'm saying? We're always about these good eats happening right here. A clan pack, allied plaque. I'm into it, dude. Let's keep on trucking. We did play with the steel enhancer last time, which was nice for like our unit because it had like a multi-strike attack. But because that's not the way it is today, we might be better off using some of these guys. Deal 3 damage, move the unit to the front is very interesting. And then this is basically just free draw. I kind of like this. The vine grasp lets you kind of take, I guess, the weak enemies that might be hiding in the back, pull them out to the front, and that way they can kind of die very easily. And armor is going to be a really big deal, I think. Fortify is nice because it's just a free bit of armor, but I actually like the imp here. We haven't really played around with those too much. The capacity that we have lets us kind of use those imps even when we would normally be full up in a row. All right, so we don't really want to focus on our spells because we know what the final boss is. We actually kind of prefer to focus on units and getting units. So I'm going to go to this left path here. And that's the big brain move that they never tell you about. Actually, before we do that, let's get the unit. That makes sense, right? We have a multi-strike unit with low health, and we've got sort of a tanky sweep unit. I'm going to take the sweep. Sweep kind of damages all enemies in a line, so that sounds good to me. We can kill him with the conga. And then quick is fantastic, obviously. We have 200 gold, so that's kind of the benefit of what we've done so far. If we can get our sweep unit to have that initial attack, we can get rid of like a lot of trash characters right away. I'm really tempted to take a look at the Heartstone too. In fact, we might as well. The reroll, if we do that, is not going to let us get another one of these. So what I'm going to do is... What do you think? I mean, that's all right. I kind of am hoping maybe we can get something with like a little damage upgrade on this guy instead. So I don't want to waste the slot on health, actually. And Rage 7 is going to give basically one of these guys, like 14 attack or 14 additional attack, decreased by 2 every turn. But honestly, neither of these are kind of doing it for me. And I don't think the reroll is going to give me much of what I want, because we don't really have a lot of units yet. So I'm going to actually purge. And we're going to hope this is the best decision here for, let's see, what do we got? We got 4 train stewards, 3 torches, 3 restores. Since we got a new unit, we'll just take out one of these train stewards. Eventually, we want to get rid of all of them, but we just don't have the... we won't have the time for it, you know. Let's continue onward. See how we're doing. The Pyre Absorbers. These guys take themselves way too seriously. Look at this guy. Look at him with this little ruby encrusted. Come on, my friend. The only kinds of people that buy armor like this, they're the ones that are gonna die, because they spent all their money on this fancy armor. They don't even know what they're doing. We got a trusted priest. This little guy who does some incanting, so like he gets buffed by spells. This guy will be fun. And then this guy is the boss, and I think he's kind of easy, honestly. Mark of Invasion, I'm also going to take this. This is going to really overwhelm us at the start, but I think our Pyre can kind of handle that. And I think, honestly, our new sweep guy can also handle it. So these first 2 battles are going to be kind of rough, because we're going in hard on it, but kind of all right with it. Like, these guys coming up and hitting the Pyre, like, the Pyre's just going to wipe the floor with them, which is what I like to see. So what I'm going to do instead is... Gosh, I don't even know what to put in the front. Do you think you put this guy in the front because he's got all the spikes on him? I guess that makes sense. Like, something like that kind of takes care of a lot of problems. We do that. Feel pretty good. And if we put any of these train stewards down right now, they're going to die. So I'm just going to pass the turn. I'm going to let these guys go in there. So you can see we took a little damage, but they all get just completely destroyed. Let's go back down here. Definitely love applying these spikes to this character here. And they're honestly, everybody's doing fine down here. So we might as well maybe do like 15 damage like that. And then, you know, save our Pyre just a little damage. Oh, we should have gotten the extra loot here. I'm a fool. Whoopsie daisies. Again, not that much damage. Unfortunately, this... Oh, no, he's still alive. I was about to say he's gone forever. Let's just take care of this because I want it. And he's dazed here, too. Okay. Oh, they got dazed, so that saved us the extra trouble there. We're having some trouble, like, with people kind of coming out of every orifice that this place freaking has, which I guess we asked for. Like, we literally asked for. So we're gonna make sure that guy dies, and, oh, no. I guess we might as well do some damage to this guy. He will get 2 attacks off, but it's what, you know, it's kind of what you asked for, you know? It is kind of what you asked for. This is a perfect time for our little welder helper. Check this little cute guy out. He goes in the back, and suddenly we're living. Nobody's dying except for this guy for some reason. Do we have a 2 damage to any unit that attacks this one? Okay, I don't like that at all. But he is dying. Oh, and you know what? This is the boss. I'm not a fool. You're the fool. I'm gonna do that. I mean, there's basically no reason to drag this out. Let's just end the turn and watch this guy meet his very deserved demise. I promise you, this is on ultra speed. You don't even want to know what slow speed looks like. All right, thank you. We got some extra spoils, so we're rolling in cash right now. We just dropped a hot new mixtape. I love this regen here. So regen, stacks, restoration, or enhance with some more spikes, honestly. It's hard to deny that the spike build could go really, really well for us right now. As could kind of this. And the spells, I hate to invest in spells. So yeah, maybe we can take another imp there. I don't know. I'm trying to keep my deck focused, but then occasionally I just get too excited with the prospects. You know, here, more units I'm all for it. Like, I don't think we really need the pyre health right now. We'll just take what we can. Let's grab a unit first, just like we did before. This time we get another multi-strike and another tank. Wilting sapwood. We gain energy when it gets damaged. So let's check our deck real quick. What I'm thinking is there's three kind of tiers that we've got to handle. In the first tier, we're gonna have, you know, this guy and hopefully like one of the tanks, and then we can squeeze an imp in on that. On the second tier, we basically just don't have much left besides that, which is kind of a problem. We really only have like 2 tanks on one tier, so I'm totally comfortable with taking another tank. I guess is what I'm trying to convince myself is okay. And then let's do this. It's hard to say. This might be a duplicate. So let's upgrade next. Multi-strike is fantastic, and we have lots of gold today. So let's see what we can do about that. Multi-strike on a sweep enemy that has quick is a little nuts. So I like that a lot. Multi-strike on this guy that gives him just some decent damage. But yeah, let's do this here. And that way he's kind of really getting buffed. And just for some raw damage output, we could really use that. In fact, we'll kind of try and make this guy we want all of our units to be really buffed. Just because of, let's see. I don't really want it, just because of the final boss that we know is happening. That is insane. If we did something like this, that would be nuts, right? It's okay if the imps die, I think, because they're there to like give a one-time benefit. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. What I will do is actually just remove another one of these. Again, just trying to make our deck a little easier to play. We are completely out of cash. That's going to be okay. Let's see what Antarctica has in store for us. Historian makes his way to the train in an unusual carriage. Hellborn, except that's not who I am. How fortunate am I that our travels have crossed past. I'm recording the events of Armageddon for posterity, possibly futile. I know, but I shall make a fortune if you do somehow succeed. Understood. So would you characterize yourself as honest, aggressive, or stealthy? We could get the Gift of Gratitude, a spell that once we played is removed from your deck at the end of time, but we could, you know, get a good chunk of gold out of it. Your pyre gets +1 for every 10 gold you have. I don't really like that as much. Or Petty Theft. Deal 2 damage to an enemy unit, but on Slay, we get 50 gold. So, absolutely. We can basically use this to take care of really annoying backline enemies that have 0 HP. And we'll get a lot of extra gold out of that. So I think we've kind of gotten 2 birds stoned at once. All right, I'm feeling good. We have Daedalus. We know what Daedalus does. I'm not even worried about him. The guy is a joke, you know, even in his own social circles. He's an outcast. Restoration detonation. Okay, so yeah, so we've got these guys. And remember, they 20 damage. Their rage will decrease as they go up. We do have a grenade here we got to worry about. So I think we could start off real simple with this, which will destroy them. And which one of these guys do you think should go in front, honestly? I guess our Spike Boy should go in front. And now we're not taking any damage because of our quick on this unit. I love that. Can I say that I love that? And let's just damage the boss, because this guy is just going to explode itself anyway. It's all working out. It's our master plan is working out. Very easy. Now, we do have to ask ourselves, do we want armor or do we want rage on here? Because rage can give this a nice damage uptick. But we won't have room for the other one. But let's play this as we see it, you know? And we'll just do this Vine Grasp here to just take that bomb out. We're barely taking any damage. This is actually going fantastic. They never tell you about this. They never like telling you about the, you know, the incredibly upgraded quick unit with sweep. It's just destroying these guys. And this unit is dazed. I don't even know if that means anything here. Let's sharpen our boy up. And as much as I would like to do anything else, I feel like 50 gold sounds like a good thing to me. Absolutely. We are now what they say, rolling in it. Yep, thought I had to sneeze. It's very, you know, it's an interesting environment. We're sitting here in the middle of the day at a 1:30, you know, time slot on a Friday, which is new for me. And I'm just kind of testing new things out as I go along. But I kind of got to be out of here by 4. So we're having a good early stream. That's kind of going very interestingly. With these guys saying no chance. It's just insane the amount of DPS that we're able to do there. So we might as well... I don't know, what does he do? Like 10 damage on trigger. Might as well just save this guy the trouble. Add some spikes just for effect there and start healing him up. I think this is basically playing itself. The strategy here, they just didn't understand, you know, who they were messing with. It's about... It's very clear that they did not understand that. We could add this train steward here as a little extra DPS. We could put it behind the tank. But why do that when just 15 armor probably lasts more hits than the train steward would? And we get a little summon in the back, you know what I'm saying? In fact, looking at this setup now, we could even kind of squeeze another imp in there, so we could kind of consider getting another imp as that happens. There's 0 issues here. These guys are going to ruin his life, and then... So we might as well take this guy out. And... I don't know. Heal him again. We even have 1 more energy. Sure. I'll throw that guy up there. The game is playing itself. It's that simple. Literally that simple. 140, excuse me. I don't understand. I thought we had a much better build than what I'm seeing here today. Interesting. So he's doing 9 damage. It's relentless. That's fine. What do you think the best plan of action would be here? We can do 10 damage to him. Sounds good to me. Restores aren't going to really do anything. I think we just kind of got to let that play out the way that it is. I really thought we would see more... I don't know, you think regen 1 will do anything? Honestly, I didn't see the number go up, but like, I'm not doing the math here. I didn't even look at the second level. We could have had some real problems. So what I'm seeing here is we're really good at taking out, like, you know, units by themselves, but it looks like as soon as we get to the boss fight, it seems to be a little tougher, for sure. So some more strengthy units to take out boss fights, or maybe high health to help us kind of weather that. Although this guy does have 53 freaking HP. How beefy do you want him? Why can I not be spared of this aggression? This guy's not going to cut it. Don't make me laugh, you know? Like, sure. Can't move boss, but I'll take the extra. You know, we'll get some spikes on this guy. We've unlocked an achievement into the deep sea. We must have unlocked a new group of cards that we can do, which is nice. There's not much left to do here. I guess we'll just torch. We'll torch you. We'll add a little regen, and we'll let it play out. Watch the chaos ensue. This is the sick kind of gratification that people in real life got back in the old days. We also have 10. Excuse me. We have 10 energy. What? Well, let's play everything then. Torch is not doing too great. We're going to take a little pyre damage. It's kind of the way the game goes. I feel like we still need some stronger units, you know? Whoa! We got very close actually to dying there. We do need to watch out for that. And it's my fault because I've been very greedy with these extra little things there. We unlocked a new clan. I'm so excited. The Stygian Guard. Draft the support of the ancient guard of the Stygian Sea. Mystical Sirens, ancient totems. You know you're speaking my language when you say totems, my friend. We'll check that out maybe tomorrow. That'd be, well, I generally don't stream on the weekends, but I guess maybe we can make an exception. Cycle of Life, enhance a unit with 10 and spikes. I mean, that's very useful. It's another spell, though. Impalate. Deal damage to the front enemy equal to the 15 times the number of imp units in your deck. So a 30 damage spell is pretty sweet. Regen 2, spikes 2. Add a copy of this card to your discard pile. So you can kind of get out of control with the spikes here, it looks like. This is kind of tough, honestly. I do like just a good raw damage spell. But at the same time, we're kind of rolling this spikes build just to see kind of how out of control we can make it. We can get it happening. I'm real tempted to take this. It's just very expensive is the problem. And this one might start flooding our deck with these because, you know, every time you play it, you're going to make a copy of it. So I guess we will take the raw damage, but I do feel bad about it. For the first time in existence, we see a Hellhound or a Hell... whatever the heck they're called, Hellhorned unit. Do you really need to be that, like, doubly descriptive, like Hell Horns? Like, they're from Hell and they have horns? Is Unobtainium all over again. That being said, we could definitely use somebody with a little more damage. Apply Rage to friendly units. Like, yeah, let's try the Branded Warrior out. I just feel like we need some more damage, some more units. We haven't really been having any problem with Ember. Draw is nice, it really is. But I love having bigger rooms so that we can fit just like a killing floor in. Duplicate any card except your champion. Well, that's a nice feature. The Pyre health is also really nice, and the coins are really nice because we don't have a lot of coins for the upgrade. But we do get an extra unit here, which could go very well for us. In fact, I think I'm gonna... I hate doing it. Before we do this, let's grab the artifact. That makes sense to me. Spells gain an extra upgrade spot. We're not doing a spell build. Stop trying to pawn it on me, Mom. I don't want it. Curse finds 50% chance to swap back and forth, so to swap the front and back enemy units when they enter your train. I love it. Let's get the weak guys out in front. And then yet again, we have another, you know, sort of armored unit or sort of a damagey unit. I think with the amount of tanks that we've got so far, we want damage. In fact, that unit is kind of what I wanted earlier, but I wasn't able to get. Now that we've done that, this becomes a very simple thing. I kind of want to take the second helper out, but let's see. One. I know we got this guy too. But yeah, we're going to say 2, 3, 4. I'm actually going to remove this this torch spell. See if we can clear some of that junk out as well. And here we are. We can get some absolute extra HP for some extra spikes here, or more revenge here. I think we're all in on the spikes. Is this a joke? Is my game a joke to you? Clipped Infiltration. Seal of Aggression. Non-boss enemy units get multi-strike. And an additional reward of a random artifact. Oh, I really want it. The multi-strike is going to suck, though. Because these guys are going to get, like, what, 10 damage? Those that can't do, teach. And those that can't teach Jim, my friend. I think we got a strong deck. We have to be really, really careful because our pyre health is real low right now. In fact, this is going to hurt a lot. This guy doesn't do anything extra, but 2 damage and 12 damage is quite a bit. So let's think about this for a second. We have kind of 2 tanks in our hand. So we love the spike guy. Just absolutely murdering these fools. And I will say, it's an interesting idea putting this guy here too, like having 2 tanks in there. But I like the idea of just big damage behind the tanks. So I'm gonna set up another tank floor. There's nothing to do with this restoration spell really, and we're gonna try and, I don't know, save ourselves some damage basically. And looking good to me, my friends. It's all about getting the absolute beefcakes up in the rooms here, and then just putting these horny boys in the back. And we're gonna rediscuss the term for that character in a second. Okay? They're very horned. Look at them. They're so horned. I want this, and I will have it. It's doing some extra damage. Let's set this guy up in the back. Loving it. I love that extra little grunt he made. Really goes with the character name that we picked for him. And the multi-strike. Can we even fit it? We totally can. I mean, this is just a disaster for anyone involved down here. We are still taking 10 damage, but who cares, kind of? What I think I want is... Oh, that's the front enemy. Ah. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I want this guy. I want my gold. Somebody get me my gold. This will not do it, because all the damage will go to the front guy, which kind of sucks, but we might as well get the unit out there in the first place, you know? Ultra speed. You don't know, my guys have been doing Tai Chi since the age of 3. That's why they're able to do their turns in such speed. We have an imp ready. Bone saw is ready. We have this guy up here who I will admit is causing a bit of a problem to the pyre, so we're gonna have to do something about that. In fact, this goes through armor, doesn't it? It certainly does. So say goodbye, my friend. I hope you enjoyed your evening in the train hotel, but your stay is over. We're just taking some extra damage. Who cares? Let's get some of that going on. So we got some extra rage, and this guy's just gonna get squashed like a little bug. It's insane. The scalability, it's one of the funnest things, the most fun things about this game to me is that, like, they make it really, they make it scale really large as you go along. Definitely gonna take the extra money there without even thinking about it. This guy's dead. This guy's taken just a little bit. And we have quite a bit of, excuse me. Thank you. Now this guy's dead. We have quite a bit of extra stuff here. We could totally just stack up some spikes on this guy and call it a day. And because we don't have any room for this, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Yeah, and this guy, like, I feel bad for him. I feel real bad. A brief respite. I love it. They can't stop us. We are unstoppable. We're gonna use the brief respite to just, you know, tend to our wounded warriors. Accidentally hit this guy, but you know what? That's the problem with using a wireless mouse for gaming. Doesn't really work out all the time. Save you some problems here. This is the boss, so we I guess we just win. I guess it is that easy. So end turn and watch the calamity play out. It's like an old school, like, arcade game, because they use the same sound effect like 10 times in a row. Victory is ours, and we win our spoils, our extra split anvil. And we didn't take any pyre damage either. I don't even know why I was worried about it. When you play a spells in hand that cost less are reduced to 0. Sounds good. And we get to do our little draft here. Some sting spells. Don't like it. We're not running the spell build right now. The regen spike copy and this extra draw. I guess there's no reason not to take the draw. So we might as well. Another impalate spell. Interesting. 4 times the amount of armor on friendly units, or apply armor and rage. This is also very interesting as a buff. I guess we are kind of going for... We want this build where, you know, we have unstoppable units, and the spells, you know, we could kind of care less about. So, I know our energy cost is kind of getting a little high. Just a little bit. Just a little high. So, we're going to have to worry about that. But, yeah, let's see. Spells or caverns. Don't make me laugh. This is hilarious to me. We're going to be part of the East Side crew. No problemo. And we have a chance to duplicate a card as well. This is nuts. This is like, if you play Slay the Spider, this is like ice cream. And wing clippings, I don't think we need. So, make my horn unbreakable. I will have the most horns of them all. And the people, they will come to me, and they will ask, how did you get a horn like that, my friend? And I'll tell them, it's simple, my friend. Just hard work. Pulling yourself up by the bootstraps. Duplicate any card. So we could... I kind of like duplicating this big guy, because he's he's useful. He just takes up a lot of space, I think. We could duplicate the theft card, but that's not really what I'm looking for. I think we just like a good unit to duplicate. Honestly, it might be this horned warrior here. Or you know what? I kind of like this multi-strike guy, because he's only 2, but he does a lot of damage. And at this point, we are now like hoping and praying to take all of the train stewards out of the deck, because please, sir, I don't need them. Spikes, do we want to take it? Do we want the extra challenge? Hasn't stopped us thus far. Why not? When you just can't lose, you can't lose. It's that simple. You know, throw everything you want at me. I've got some jams in the headphones. It's that easy, you know? Like these guys, they have spikes, doesn't bother me. As soon as we get our like sweep unit out, that's not even gonna be a problem. He's taking 20 damage, which is a problem. And I feel like if I play this guy, he's gonna die. Is that correct? Anything else we can do right now? We can draw a little extra next turn. Just kind of look for our unit. We'll play that guy up top. And this we're gonna save for a bigger buff. Because we got the strategic know-how they never like telling you about, okay? This guy up here, of course. This is the one that we were waiting for. Multi-strike quick means... Excuse me? I thought it meant that we weren't going to be taking much damage, but I lied. Let's do this. And... let's do this. Just to get these numbers down, because it ain't looking good. We even have room for a second one. Are you kidding me? Would that be too nuts? That might be too nuts. What are we doing? So we would be doing like, I guess 12 damage to all units every turn first. Nah, that's honestly, that's actually not that good. What I will do is, we're gonna put a train steward up here so we can get our gold. And then we will put just some extra spikes on our spiky boy. That's what I'm talking about. They had way too much copy today. The speed of their movements is out of control. Also, I have the speed button on. Okay, we need to save this man's life. Saving Private Ryan with a tree. It's the sequel they never told you about. This guy is also dying, and I don't like it. There's a lot of spike problems here. We're living in a spike world. So we can do 30 damage to this guy. But I think... We need to... Oh! What happened? We wasted all of our energy, and now we will pay the horrible price for it. Whoops. Yeah, he didn't like that at all. The spikes kind of wiped him out. Maybe we bit off a little more than we can chew. Just maybe, okay? Let's do that. Save ourselves a little grief. We got a 10. This guy's dying. Why is he dying? Spikes are killing us, my friend. Let's put a little... I guess let's put a little armor on our man down here so we can weather the storm. And then can we kill this guy at all? If we put spikes on him, he'll take 4 damage. But we still don't save this guy. That kind of sucks. Oh well, we have done our best. Wait a second. That will do nothing. I think we're just out of luck on that one. Let's save ourselves a little pain of attacking that guy. I may have went a little too spicy. I may have put a little bit too much. Oh my goodness. We didn't even think about the pyre up here. Well, we may have just been going way too spicy on this one, but, you know, you win some, you lose some. We've all learned a great many things. We only have 5 energy, so let's keep that in mind. We have another one of these guys, which is actually fantastic. We've lost that soldier, too. Let's put him back where he belongs. You are like the twin brother that lets us forget about your other dead brother. You know, you got the same face. It's good enough for us. You're kind of replaceable. We'll do this, save ourselves quite a lot of problems. Rage 4 doesn't really help, but it does help this guy. And yeah, let's impalate the crap out of him. So we're pretty well set up. We kind of have run low on units. There is a big issue with that. And now finally the boss. Yes, we are dead. Yes, the boss is not taking much damage. Stealth 8, not a target in combat for the next 8 turns, which is nuts. Are you kidding me? That makes sense as to why nothing is happening here. We probably should have played this guy up here if that was the case. Okay. Well, the other 2 guys are dying, which is all you can ask for. I'm actually going to set this guy up back here. And we're just going to buff this floor because I think, I hate to say it, I think this one is lost to the ages. These guys are... I'm sorry. The ether can take you. We can discuss later on, you know, if I made a misplay here. But, I don't know. We'll see if this does anything. Probably not. Yeah, 96 damage. Yeah, these guys are roasted and toasted. Like a Christmas pine nut. That hurts the stealth. I didn't even think about the stealth, which is really my fault. And there's still not a target in combat for 2 more turns. We might actually die. Whoops. Forgot that was a thing that would happen here. Okay, we can do this. We can do this, boys. We can do some rage. It's taking more damage. Taking more damage. This guy's gonna die before he really gets to do any damage, which kind of sucks. But let's play it out. We've made a huge mistake. Oh, I was supposed to win it all. You don't understand. There's no way we can do 200 damage with 14 life. But we can just play everything here, it looks like. It was fun while it lasted. The last little, like, extra hard mode that we turned on was a bad idea. And it is the first time that we have died in this game, so we've paid for our sins, I guess. Putting the spikes on was fine. I think the stealth just really caught me off guard. Otherwise, we would have had him. But honestly, timing-wise, it works out for today's stream. So we have Razor Sharp Edge. So we'll check these out as we see them, just to make it feel a little more fresh. We did unlock some new cards. We got some nice new levels here. And we've unlocked a new little goodie. So we'll be playing the Stygian guard here. Maybe next time. You can see we've unlocked a lot of these. I love the amount of content that we've got sort of to unlock and get cooking here. We even have this little victory chart. So, looks pretty good to me. 11,000 score. Enemies killed by the pyre, 10. Yeah, that's probably one of the problems there. And rage applied, 41. Okay, so that's Monster Train. That's the episode of Monster Train for today. We're going to be streaming more of this as we stream. I basically am going to try to play it every day as it comes out, but we normally do our streams on weekdays. Today being the last weekday, you may expect a Saturday, Sunday dip, but it depends on what time I've got. We end up doing that. Today's been sort of an earlier stream, so what we're going to do is this is our first kind of third of the stream. We're going to go switch now to the Sekiro portion for an hour, and then we'll switch to the Bloodborne portion at the end. The 2 games that we've been kind of working on for now. If you want to see more Monster Train stuff, then feel free to head to the... center myself a little better. Feel free to head to the YouTube link that's at the bottom, because the YouTube channel, I'll be uploading all these runs that I'm doing, and we even have yesterday's run on there, which was fantastic and went incredibly crazy. It was like a Snecko Eye run on crack. So if you want to see that, there that is, and then we'll just take a break for maybe a minute or 2 while we switch games out. So hopefully you stick around, and I will start getting that set up on the old El Gato. All right, guys, I will see you. I'll see you later in just a couple minutes.